Hello, I'm Kimber, and welcome to the Native News Update. It's Friday, October 26th. Many of the stories you hear here can be found at IndianCountryTV.com. And here's the news for today from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. Comedian Tanya Jo Hall, best known as Auntie Beachress, won the Comedian of the Year at this year's Native American Music Awards.
Hey everyone, Tanya Jo Hall here. Sorry I couldn't make it. Gee, I didn't even know. They said I won all of a sudden. Here, I was just excited. I was like, what? I just want to congratulate all the nominees. I was up against some big dogs, some very, very funny women and men. And I just wanted to say laughter is healing. I'm super, super honored and grateful to be nominated and then to be able to win this award. It means more than you guys know.
In other news, Auntie Beachress has teamed up with Shailene Woodley and Mark Ruffalo in a new PSA called Stand-N-Vote, encouraging Native Americans to vote in the upcoming midterm elections. The PSA is a response to an October 9th Supreme Court decision where they declined to overturn a North Dakota voter ID law requiring voters to present an ID listing their residential address, potentially disenfranchising many Native American voters whose tribal IDs don't include that information.
You know what I was thinking? I was looking at your shirt, Stand with Standing Rock, and I thought of something, Stand and Vote.
Stand and vote.
Yeah.
I love that. Stand and vote. No wonder you're everybody's auntie.
We'll tell everyone to stand and vote.
Bye, auntie.
Your auntie still got it.
Hey, Auntie.
Shailene Woodley, you're videoing me.
Mark told me about your new project. What can I do to be a better ally and help spread the word?
You can post about it. Stand and vote. Auntie has your back.
The Stand-N-Vote campaign has also organized a free concert event on Saturday, October 27th, with Dave Matthews and Mark Ruffalo. The nonpartisan concert, taking place at Prairie Nights Casino in Cannonball, North Dakota, is free and it will also be live streamed. On-site, tribal officials will be providing IDs and enrollment papers that will allow tribal citizens to vote. After the concert, Stand-N-Vote events will be held at other reservations across North Dakota to further drive voter turnout and help people get new IDs. For more information, you can check out standandvote.org. First Nations Development Institute has launched a request for proposals process for the second funding cycle of its Native Language Immersion Initiative. First Nations will award about 12 grants of up to $90,000 each to build the capacity of and directly support Native language immersion programs. This RFP is for the second year of this 3-year initiative. Under this initiative, First Nations is seeking to build a dialogue and community of practice through the grantee cohorts around Native language immersion programs and momentum for supporting Native language programs. The initiative includes American Indian, Alaska Native, and Native Hawaiian language programs. The application deadline is December 18th, 2018. For more information, you can check out firstnations.org. Neither Wolf Nor Dog tells the story of a white author who is pulled into contemporary Native American life in the heart of Lakota country in the Dakotas by a 95-year-old Lakota elder and his friend. It has taken 18 months for the movie to be picked up by a Wyoming movie theater, yet just in the span of 5 to 6 weeks, the movie has had so much success throughout the state that the distribution in Wyoming is the second highest in the United States. Neither Wolf Nor Dog has become the most successful non-Hollywood Native American film in a generation.
Is this Nurburn? My grandpa wants to talk to you. It's important. He's old.
Dan? That's Nurburn, the guy you phoned?
When white people won, it was a victory. When we won, it was a massacre. When they fought for freedom, it was a revolution. And when we fought for freedom, it was an uprising. Did you write these, Dan?
I got lots more. I want you to fix them. Make a book.
We were placed here to learn the teachings of the land. And the land says to forgive, like the fresh summer grasses forgive the harsh snows of winter. I have not been raised up to speak for my people, but I'm old and my time is short.
They're his words, Grover.
No, they're not. They're your words. Tom bullshit. Boom, 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 boom.
No Indian alive dares to think too much for the past. The bones of my people are as crying.
Director Stephen Lewis Simpson explained that a film has never really been released the way that Neither Wolf Nor Dog has, particularly through its regional success and the length of the release. The film has had great success in other states as well, such as North and South Dakota, Montana, Washington, and Oregon. This winter, according to the Smithsonian Magazine, if all goes as planned, a caravan of livestock trucks will carry dozens of American bison out of Yellowstone National Park on a 500-mile journey into the past. The Park Service will ship the bison to the Sioux and Assiniboine tribal nations at Fort Peck Reservation in northeastern Montana. A small herd of Yellowstone bison have been thriving there since a modest 2012 feasibility experiment. The plan is to build up the herd and to create a bison pipeline. As more animals arrive from Yellowstone, the Fort Peck tribes will gradually export bison to start protected herds on other reservations and conservation lands. Unlike their ranched cousins, which are mainly the result of 20th century attempts to cross bison with cattle, the Yellowstone animals are wild and genetically pure, descendants of the original herds that once astonished visitors to the Great Plains. After the mass slaughter of 30 million or so bison finally ended at the end of the 20th century, just 23 wild bison remained in Yellowstone, holed up in the Pelican Valley. Together with a small number of animals saved by ranchers, that meager herd became the basis for the recovery of the entire species, which has been nurtured back to strength in the park, consistently exceeding 4,000 bison. In honor of Native American Heritage Month in November, Eagle Thunder Records will release the anniversary of Robby Romero's groundbreaking and critically acclaimed EP, Red Thunder. Spotlighting the new track, Born on the Res, produced by 4-time Grammy Award-winning musician, record producer, and record executive Don Was. This new track features Dennis Banks, Gary Farmer, Chris Christopherson, and Robert Mirabal.
I was born in Ojibwe, shot Courte camp in 2016. During the largest spiritual resistance world ever. And my people, they name me
The Anniversary Eco Pack includes remastered original recordings from the 1993 innovative release that introduced native rock music to the music television generation. Robby's 1993 Indigenous stereotype-breaking PSA that won the Cable Ace Award as part of the MTV's Free Your Mind campaign, and a remastered version of Robby's hit single Heartbeat by Grammy Award-winning musician, producer, engineer Steve Adabo are also included in the release. For more information, you can check out robbyromero.com. And that's another roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. I'd like to thank you for joining me and have a grand day.
Step into Seven Winds Casino Lodge and Conference Center.
Come and discover everything we have to offer.
Unlimited gaming action. Northwoods hospitality. Delicious all-you-can-eat buffet. Relaxation and comfort. Great drinks and good times. Big wins, big fun. It's all here at Seven Winds Casino Lodge and Conference Center in the heart of the Great North Woods.